Hey, what's up, guys and gals? It's Rob Lee. I said that I was going to start putting out a series of videos that were going to be more important, and we need to go deeper. And I thought today is going to be the day that we're going to start. I want to apologize yesterday for those of you who listened to my rant about the people that were defending Hitler. I apologize for the profanity. It was unnecessary. I'm not going to get into it. I've never got into the people who want to defend Hitler. If white people are looking for a hero, and the best we can do is Adolf Hitler, then we're in deep shit. Forgive me, but we are. We're in trouble, man, really. I understand why some of you want to pull for him, because you think that he took on the enemy. It's so much deeper, and I'm not going to get into it. We'll just leave it alone. 10 years ago, actually, you could go back to the 70s and 80s. I have audio and video when I first started my study of some people in churches, not your mainstream churches, who were trying to sound the alarm that there was going to be a Islamic invasion and that we were slowly being outbred. And this takes me back to the point of Hitler, and not just Hitler, but all the wars where you see white killing white. And right now, we as white people, we are so small compared to the rest of the world. And I'm going to show you a couple videos in the next couple of days that are going to hurt you. They're going to anger you, but they're the truth, and it's the truth that we need to face as a people. Some people believe that we're done, that we're doomed, that we're done for. That's not the way it is, because actually we're not going to lose, but we will endure hell. And I'm going to show you videos of people laughing at us and telling the truth about us. We're not the majority. We're not the parent country anymore. Between Latinos, African Americans, which certainly have a place here, and so do Latino Americans, but they're usually, with many of these people, their allegiance is to their color and not our country, which is a big deal. And then you have the influx of the Middle Easterners, and which are all Muslims, most of them. There are some Hindu, and we have the Asians. So white people, Caucasians, we are a minority. And this video I'm going to show you goes back to 2008. This was done by a religious group, and they don't do any preaching. They simply tell you, this is a call to order to show you what's going on. This is in 2008. Now, this is the first video that I'm going to do in a series of videos about what we need to look at, where we're at, where we're going to go, and what's going to happen. We need to be honest about it with ourselves. What can we do and what can we not do? Because we cannot breed ourselves back to the top. It's just not going to happen. And it hurts me, it's sad, but we cannot do it. We've lost that. Most people don't understand that. They don't, all they see, it's like tunnel vision. It's Islam, Jews, Islam, Bilderberg, Illuminati, globalists, elitists. I mean, stop, people, stop. We've lost the numbers. Okay, we're being overwhelmed by numbers. White people don't have children anymore the way they did. You remember your parents, your grandparents, 7, 8, 9 kids. It was common, 5 kids. Now you have one and done, if that. Muslims, black people, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12 kids, man. And coming to your country. This is a fact. Okay? Well, this is going to be the first in a series of videos. And eventually, I'm going to tell you who's at the top of the capstone. Who's behind it all? Why are you being bred out of existence? And you're not actually going to be bred out of existence. You're actually going to be saved. There you hear the sirens, and nothing like sirens in the city, huh? You're not going to be bred out of existence, but you're going to suffer. We're going to suffer as a people. And that may anger some of you. It may hurt you, but it's the truth. And we need to decide, what can we do? I mean, what are we supposed to do? Because we don't have the numbers. And the point that I would like to make, people talk about 2020 with Trump. You know, Trump's not going to get a 2020. And I hope some of you understand that. There will be no 2021 for Trump. And you guys are smart enough to know that. I mean, he lost the popular vote this time, which is, and I know that's not what the election is based on. Come 2021, he could lose it by 15, 20 million people, simply because of the numbers. We're losing the numbers, and it's only going to get worse. So we need to ask ourselves, what are our options? What do we do? You know, many people come to the channel and they ask the question, and it's smart. So they say, hey, so look, I mean, so we know we got a problem. What do we do? Brilliant question. I mean, that's what most rational people do. When you realize there's a problem, what do we do now? I mean, I don't want people to say, well, we're effed, there's nothing we can do. That's not true. That's hardly true. But what we're doing now is not working. Sitting on our ass, watching videos, getting mad, going out and buying extra ammo, that's not really going to get it done. That's not going to change what's going on. That you are being outbred, and we cannot recover from it. Okay, let's go to the video, and this is going to be the first in a series of videos. And remember, this is from 2008, when a guy was sounding the alarm bell. 2008, trying to tell people, hey, do you guys see what's going on? This is the first of one of numerous videos that I'm going to put out today and this week, and we'll go deeper in each video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. God bless.
According to research, in order for a culture to maintain itself for more than 25 years, there must be a fertility rate of 2.11 children per family. With anything less, the culture will decline. Historically, no culture has ever reversed a 1.9 fertility rate. A rate of 1.3, impossible to reverse, because it would take 80 to 100 years to correct itself, and there is no economic model that can sustain a culture during that time. In other words, if two sets of parents each have one child, there are half as many children as parents. If those children have one child, then there are 1/4 as many grandchildren as grandparents. If only 1 million babies are born in 2006, it's hard to have 2 million adults enter the workforce in 2026. As the population shrinks, so does the culture. As of 2007, the fertility rate in France was 1.8, England 1.6, Greece 1.3, Germany 1.3, Italy 1.2, Spain 1.1. Across the entire European Union of 31 countries, the fertility is a mere 1.38. Historical research tells us these numbers are impossible to reverse. In a matter of years, Europe as we know it will cease to exist. Yet the population of Europe is not declining. Why? Immigration. Islamic immigration. Of all population growth in Europe since 1990, 90% has been Islamic immigration. France, 1.8 children per family. Muslims, 8.1. In southern France, traditionally one of the most populated church regions in the world, there are now more mosques than churches. 30% of children ages 20 and younger are Islamic. In the larger cities such as Nice, Marseille, and Paris, that number has grown to 45%. By 2027, 1 in 5 Frenchmen will be Muslim. In just 39 years, France will be an Islamic republic. In the last 30 years, the Muslim population of Great Britain rose from 82,000 to 2.5 million, a 30-fold increase. There are over 1,000 mosques, many of them former churches. In the Netherlands, 50% of all newborns are Muslim, and in only 15 years, half of the population of the Netherlands will be Muslim. In Russia, there are over 23 million Muslims. That's 1 out of 5 Russians. 40% of the entire Russian army will be Islamic in just a few short years. Currently in Belgium, 25% of the population and 50% of all newborns are Muslim. The government of Belgium has stated 1/3 of all European children will be born to Muslim families by 2025, just 17 years away. The German government, the first to talk about this publicly, recently released a statement saying, "The fall in the German population can no longer be stopped. Its downward spiral is no longer reversible. It will be a Muslim state by the year 2050. There are currently 52 million Muslims in Europe. The German government said that number is expected to double in the next 20 years to 104 million. Closer to home, the numbers tell a similar story. Right now, Canada's fertility rate is 1.6, nearly a full point below what is required to sustain a culture. And Islam is now the fastest growing religion. Between 2001 and 2006, Canada's population increased by 1.6 million, 1.2 of those immigration. In the United States, the current fertility rate of American citizens is 1.6. With the influx of the Latino nations, the rate increases to 2.11, the bare minimum required to sustain a culture. In 1970, there were 100,000 Muslims in America. Today, there are over 9 million. The world is changing. It's time to wake up. 3 years ago, a meeting of 24 Islamic organizations was held in Chicago. The transcripts of that meeting showed in detail their plans to evangelize America through journalism, politics, education, and more. They said, "We must prepare ourselves for the reality that in 30 years, there will be 50 million Muslims living in America. The world that we live in is not the world in which our children and grandchildren will live." The Catholic Church recently reported that Islam has just surpassed their membership numbers. Some studies show that at Islam's current rate of growth, in 5 to 7 years, it will be the dominant religion of the world. As believers, we call upon you to join the effort to share the gospel message with the changing world. This is a call to action.